Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Szabolcs Böszörményi. I'm here in the Rosemary since the opening, like 2015. And now we're gonna bake together a Hungarian walnut pie, which is a traditional family recipe. It comes from Mihály and his fiancée Edith's family. And that's what we're gonna prepare. And I am welcome you to participate in this and take part in every step on the way. So first we're gonna start with a pastry base. And for that, we have some flour. We got some sugar. We use caster sugar. You can use like normal sugar or icing sugar, but I found the caster sugar is just perfect for that. It's not too small, it's not too big pieces. Now we add the butter, cold butter pieces. So Mihály is gonna make a crumbly texture from it. We also add a pinch of salt. Every pastry can use a pinch of salt, actually. So now he's mixing it together. And while he's doing that, I'm gonna create some lemon zest and some lemon juice, which will go into the pasta as well. I want to say that Mihály does pottery, and he made all the small balls here. And he teach one of our chefs, and he made this actually himself. So that's what we're gonna use tonight. But the pasta we're making today, you don't have to work it really well. It's not what we want for that. Now we're gonna add some milk, 1 egg, and the lemon zest and juice. And at the end, we're gonna add the baking powder, because when the baking powder gets contact into liquid, it's already started a reaction. So it's better to add at the end. Okay, while he's doing that, I'm gonna prepare some lemon zest for the later. Okay, you can mix it a bit together. Yeah, put it together. Very good, very good.
Thank you.
We can add the baking powder. Okay, that's good enough. Can you please show them the pastry? This is the kind of consistency you want to have. And now we're gonna put it in the fridge for like half an hour. What we're gonna do now is divide the pastry into 2 parts, 1/3 and 2/3 of the total weight. And you can just use a scale to measure that. So now it's 853 grams. It's gonna be roughly yours, gonna be the same. One is about half a kilo, one is 350 grams. Now I'm gonna put that aside later when we're gonna make a lettuce. What we're gonna do is create a small 1 centimeter sticks, and we're gonna build a lettuce from that later on the top of the pastry. So for that, what you do is make small little balls from the pasta. As you can see, it's a bit crumbly. It's perfectly fine. And then you just roll it until you make a long stick from it. And this chopping board is very nice because the surface is not completely flat, so then it doesn't stick. If you try it on a completely flat surface, like on this table, then it would be really difficult to do it. And when you experiment with cooking or baking, I would say just do it. Because if you do it, and even if you mess it up, it's much better than not doing it, and you learn from it. And sometimes the very best dishes are becoming this way. Okay, so now you're gonna prepare the pastry. And what I can advise, if you have like a baking torch, and if you cut it into the same side as your tray, then it's really easy to know which size you want the pastry to be. And this pastry is actually very forgiving. You can just use your hand and push it into the right size. Actually, I enjoy this much more than I thought I would. Okay, so in the meantime, I finished the pastry. We can put it into the tray. This is a basic small tray, which is like 24 times 30 centimeter. And I have another baking torch inside, because when it's ready, it's much easier to take out. So now, what we're gonna do is, we have some apricot jam. Just put all of that.
All of it?
Yeah, all of it. And if it's too thick, you can just add some water, so it's easier to spread. If you have like a strawberry jam or blueberry jam, you can use any jam and try and experiment with it. It doesn't have to be apricot, but that's the original recipe. Now we have this, we can put this aside. So the egg yolks can be a bit sticky. You can add the sugar. And now you can do it. Okay, very good. Okay, so we beat the egg yolk until it's become white and very creamy. As you can see, it's like a nice creamy and really, really white. So we have the egg whites here. And the caster sugar, okay. I try to show it to the audience like it's, you see it's almost, it's just perfect now, but it's still a bit moving because when it's ready and then you can just turn it around your head and it's not falling out. So if you're brave enough, you can test it. So now you do it and I'm gonna add it. You're gonna mix in the beaten egg yolk into the egg white and gently with a spatula, just gently mix in, keep the foam intact, so not break it. And then when the two colors are gonna form one consistent color, then we can add the ground walnut. So I'm gonna add the ground walnut and we just stir that in. With this you can just put in the whole thing, you don't have to do one by one. Okay, so that's what you made, mostly. It's not me, so if it's not good, I don't take the responsibility. Okay, so now I want to put it in the oven. And we're gonna bake it for 180 degrees for 20 minutes, and then we put down the temperature for 160 degrees for another 20 minutes, and then it's gonna be ready. Okay, so it's time to see what we bake together. Look at that, beautiful. I would leave that for 2 to 3 hours to cool down and then start to cut it out and cut out the sides. You can slice it into little cubes or longer cubes. We serve it with some ice cream and sprinkle some ground walnut on top of it. Bon appétit! Jó étvágyat!